Welcome back to the Dota 2 Asia Championships, the DAC 2017 Chinese tournament, and we are in the American qualifiers. It's just the first day of American qualifier action, and we just finished our very first series. It was Digital Chaos taking on PPD's new stack and Team Wanted, a very close best-of-3 series going all 3 games, and it was Team Wanted who will come out on top and take the early lead in this group. But with DC and Wanted come 2 other teams in this group. We have Freedom versus compLexity, and they're going to go toe-to-toe right now. I'm Coddle Guy, and I'm going to be joined, if you will, by Lacoste once again. Hi, Lacoste. Welcome back. You got to see some.
Thank you, good sir.
You got to see some awesome Dota in DC versus Wanted, which many would consider probably some of the better teams in this group. Now we have Freedom versus compLexity. It's going to be a bit of an interesting series, I would imagine. This is some different kind of Dota. I don't know if you're prepared for this or not. You have witnessed the Supreme Boris play, but have you heard the legend of BSJ?
BSJ, I don't think I had.
You haven't had the pleasure?
Inform me, please, yeah.
Oh, I don't even know where to begin. BSJ is a legend in his own right here in America and is a pioneer. So maybe this game you'll get educated a bit more.
Yeah, I know B stands for banana, and
yeah,
you know
okay.
I'm a big banana fan, so
okay.
he's the guy I will look
right.
into real closely. But tell me the story.
I don't know. I mean, like BSJ, like he had always been like a very talented American Dota player, pub player. Do you remember back in like the serious rise of like Huskar? And for a while, like Troll Warlord and stuff, like he was really good at playing those heroes. But you know, he hasn't really been able to find too much success on like a tier 1 kind of a team. He's had his share of trials and has found mediocre success. I think one of his like biggest showings, we had Red Bull Battlegrounds a while back. I can't even think of the team he was playing on. I want to say it was a team again with him and IX Mike, but it wasn't Freedom. I can't think of it right now. Whatever the case may be, he is still just grinding things out. He's a big streamer. You know, he has a pretty good following. He used to be, I haven't watched too much of him lately, but he was pretty good about explaining everything he does and educating. But since then, it's been more of a meme. So he's kind of a meme player now. I don't know how else to say it. But, you know, it's Freedom. Freedom are obviously going to be the looked at as the weakest team in this group. But, you know, there's a lot of veterans. You know IX Mike, right? He's a legend.
Of course,
he's
man.
a legend.
He's a legend.
You know, legendary offlaner. You know, had this Abaddon had not been banned, you would have really seen something special. You know.
I saw Team Freedom playing in what was it, Boston?
Okay.
NA qualifiers.
All right. All right.
I saw all these teams. I didn't see them since then, but I hope to see something innovative from them.
Yeah, they
already see Lash Sven, which is really interesting, especially Sven being picked in the first phase. Sven is kind of a hero that's getting picked when enemy team has a lot of minus armor. For example, Weaver, Slardar, maybe even Shadowfin, but they picked it before Shadowfin, so I don't know if they read Call so good or...
yeah, it's hard to say. It's definitely intriguing pickup to get this early. Maybe it helps prevent the idea of compLexity moving forward with getting more minus armor, but I mean, we'll have to see if that's the case or not. And the Lesh pick is also intriguing in its own right because that's been a like compLexity staple pick. So I almost wonder if Freedom were like, we'll just take the Lesh because otherwise compLexity are going to grab it.
That's what I wanted to say. I know the caller likes to play Lesh, so I was really surprised. They stole it from them.
We'll see how good they are with it, though. I mean, it's
it doesn't matter. You just steal it, so the enemy team doesn't.
Yeah, now they're tilted. They can't play right.
Go 0-10. We don't care. You can't play Lesh.
Well, I mean, hopefully they can play Lesh. Otherwise, they may just go 0-10 because they can't play the Lesh. But I mean, it's Freedom. These guys are pros. They may need a setup for it because I know when compLexity play it, they like to get a lot of mileage out of running them around the map a bit. But this is I guess the IX Mike pickup here. They love to favor his pick earlier than later in the draft, and he doesn't have his prized pickup of Abaddon. He would have maybe even considered going back for that Batrider, but we know him to be able to pull out the likes of a Centaur, a Nyx. Here they go for the Clockwork, like right off the bat. I don't see any sort of direct counter and any reason or rhyme why they had to go for the Clockwork, but Maybe it's just a comfort pick.
Neither
maybe
do
I'm a
I.
noob and
So
don't
far,
see.
it's not a counter pick to neither Shadowfiend nor Underlord. It's just a pick they're really comfortable with, probably.
There is still like a Rubik. I was just gonna say a Rubik is still out there. They could get it as their second support, which is what used to be a great counter to something like the Clockwork. But for now, complexity are like
Yeah,
we
Rubik
don't.
is banned.
Oh, Rubik is banned. Oh, he is banned. You're
Yeah.
right. He was the last banned. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You know, maybe a part of a tell on why
That's
they
why
want to
I'm
go for
here.
Clockwork.
It's all right.
Okay,
Calm
okay.
down.
Well, complexity, even though the Sven comes out early from Freedom, they don't care. They're going to keep going forward and get that armor reduction and buff. And they get a nice defensive hero in the Dazzle. So, good ways to save. They might need him to be by the side even of the Shadow Fiend if in case early game pressure does come by Freedom. Because that's what a lot of teams like to build into. They still have that second support to go for. Maybe they get something that can, you know, annoy the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane a bit.
It can still be a mid Lashrak. It actually might be a mid Lashrak right after that Crystal Maiden pickup. Because of the extra mana he's getting. And what do you think?
Maybe.
I
believe Timado is their mid lane player. And I'll be honest with you, like I don't know Timado's hero pool enough to see if like he has the capability to just swing out a mid lane Lesh. Maybe he does. I would definitely like that option because then you can still have a 4 position to pick here and kind of take it back to complexity if they want to build around like some sort of heavy 5-man or something of the nature. We'll see. It's a lot of magical damage then, I guess.
I love these heroes that can be played as position 4, as a mid hero, position 5, whatever.
Clockwork on the same team as Sven is a bit. I hope it's not going to be too awkward for them.
10 seconds remaining.
Working around the cogs.
The enemy team in cogs, you can't hit them.
Yeah, I hope it's not too awkward. You know, that's where it's like maybe we would have seen in the past like an early Lifestealer grab instead of that Sven. I know here and now Lifestealer is banned out second phase, but you know, what if they opted instead for the Sven in this one? So moving forward though, complexity, the trusty Jug
10 seconds remaining.
comes out now. Just a good old
There's
trusty.
a lot of magical damage in Team Freedom so far, so it's a good hero.
Yeah, he could be a good man fighter against the Sven as well in the later game and offer a good split push capability. Great with the 5-man, has that healing ward. You know, just well-roundedness coming out from complexity. This seems like a pretty straight shooting draft by them.
Yeah, look at Underlord Dazzle and the Juggernaut. Look at all that heal that they will have.
Okay.
And Venomancer.
All right, now you're really, I don't know how much complexity you get to watch Lacoste, but this is a very nice complexity pickup here, and I anticipate will be in store for the jungling Z-Freak Venomancer. It is a sight to behold. I thought he typically does it on the dire side, but you know, maybe the map has changed, or you know, maybe he's still able to make it work. But that's what I'm anticipating here. A jungling Venomancer. What do you think about that? And then our final pickup.
Well, it worked before. I saw some players playing it, but it was the old jungle, not the 7.0 patch. So if it's gonna be a jungle Venomancer, I'm glad I'm gonna see it right now because I'm not sure it works that well anymore. It might be an offlane Venomancer, position 4 Underlord, but
nah, dude, this is a Z-Freak Venomancer, and if he does that, he will
jungle. Argue anymore.
Nah, it's like he's like one of those like you would make a YouTube video based on like the efficiency they know of the jungle, just because they just do it so well. I don't know if this is going to be enough to warrant Freedom like invading the jungle early, maybe trying to block out the camps, maybe just trying to disrupt him from even doing the camps. He may also just start in the lane at first until he gets to like level 2 or 3 and then head off to the jungle. It had been a while since I've seen it here, but this is definitely a trusty complexity pick through and through. And
that's what I want to see right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see his starting items: Iron Talon, Clarity.
Oh, he's
Ward.
definitely jungling. Yep. And he gets levels fast, like scary fast. I can't remember what it was that kind of just started the jungling. I know that in a old patch before the big 7.0 patch, they had a change where I believe wards did more damage to neutral creeps. I can't remember exactly how it worked.
No, I
Kinda
think
could be wrong.
it was easier in the last patch because the Iron Talon was better for jungling.
I mean, that also came.
And the
There's a
jungle
lot
was
of
better,
factors.
the-
Come on,
yeah.
Lacoste. There's a lot of factors.
All right,
There's
all
a lot.
right.
Yeah, but yeah, Iron Talon. I'm sure that patch change I said was correct. I really hate to have to go back and attempt to cite it later
Let's
on
see
so I can sleep at night. But
standing first.
look at this. The full
Venno.
smoke movement. Freedom moving in. They're looking to get the hustle here. Can they get the grab? Looking to go for Zefric. They stun him in place. The heal comes out, but it's too much damage. They're going to take him down, but return fire comes out from Cancel. He will just wave his way right through the Crystal Maiden, and a follow-up on BSJ could be set up wonderfully. Yeah, the stuns do stack. Unfortunately,
Nice
blocked.
body block.
Body blocks from the Melons himself. BSJ should go down, will go down. It's complexity starting 2-1. Yes, Freedom will take the first blood bonus, but I mean, come on, that is Cancel getting a kill.
It could actually go for 2-0 for Cole if Dazzle's killed Grave. I'm surprised he didn't do it just to save the guy. 5 seconds, just running away. You can't. Okay, Shadowfiend has Shredder raises right now, but no mana. Has a Clarity Potion on him.
All right, well, Zefric already looking to kind of set up what he's looking to do. Jubei flirts around, gets a ward down. I don't think it was spotted from complexity,
Okay.
so they might be
So
able to
that's
get a
what
glimpse.
he's doing, pulling it to a tower.
But it's just for him and his own benefit, not looking to pull it towards the wave itself. This will be able to take
Yeah.
it down if he gets the kill, and then a new wave will spawn right here, and he can just do it again.
All right, now I'm smarter after this game.
I've seen others do this, though, obviously. Not. I mean, you could do this single pull, not just with a Venomancer. You could do it with pretty much most
Yeah,
heroes.
you can do it whichever hero you want.
It's
but-
after that, when he starts getting some levels in the wards, and then you get those fun little spots where you can stand between, like, 3 camps and just, you know, eat and chew through all of that money. And quickly you find yourself at, like, level 7, 5 minutes in or something. And then you have a Venomancer problem on your hands, and you're nowhere near a pipe or any way to kind of fend off all that magical damage. We'll have to see if Zefric is going to be left to his own devices for the majority of this game or not. But they have a pretty aggressive setup here from Freedom. I just don't know how much they're going to be able to get out of it here with your Crystal Maiden and Leshrek duo. It's a nice setup for the Lesh stun, but I don't know how many opportunities they're going to be able to get on someone like the Moo Jug. And if you have a Dazzle nearby and he's getting level 2 and he starts leveling up Grave, there's just not going to be too many easy kill opportunities in the bottom lane for Freedom.
Well, they can just go on him, try to at least go on him with a Sven stun. They have Arcane Aura, can waste some
Oh,
mana.
man, we catch the back end of that. Timado dives in deep to get the grab on the Cancel and will be successful with it. Taking
2
the
points
advantage
in
right
Shadow
back.
Strike. Yeah, that's the build against Shadowfiend. On the top lane, though, look at the Monkey's skill build. A Trophy Aura, level 2. He just wants to beat the crap out of Clockwork, which is a good thing.
It's enough to force Mike back. It actually looks like they're going to be gathering up for the shrine nearby. Good convenient timing for them. And Mike could head back to lane with some full health and mana. But yeah, a very difficult lane. Monkeys is actually winning the CS game at this moment, 14-5, while Mike's at 9-4. You know, could be seen in some way as a win-win for both offlaners, as they're both going to be able to at least get farm and XP. But you know, you weigh that
Look at the
against the
mid
other
lane.
lanes. Yeah, you
Look
weigh it
at the
against
mid
the other
lane.
lanes, and you're seeing Cancel struggling here. He barely survives. Another, okay, never mind.
Doesn't survive.
That last little tick or something, a little tickle of poison.
A good build on the Queen of Pain. He goes for that Ominent build. Got one early kill on him. First one got the kill at the very
Oh
start.
my gosh, see, that's what I'm talking about. They tried to make the move for Moo, and then a heal bomb comes out from Swindle in the woods. It does enough damage that they'll be able to get the return kill on BSJ. They will lose, though, their Jug, but they get that kill first. At the same moment, Mike fires back. He actually gets a kill in the top lane, a solo kill on the Monkeys. Just after it
That's
was
when
looking
you
like-
It's when you go for that build, let's say a Trophy Aura level 2, you feel so confident that you will just beat the Clockwork, just hit him so hard that he will die, leave the lane. That's what he did, but then he TP'd to a shrine, nice timing, and came back. And
Moo's got to be careful here. He's way too confident.
Level 3 Battery Assault, just so much damage.
Yep, we're seeing it on display here in the top lane. Poor Monkeys can't even seem to get off his first skill. Finally, we'll get it off, but between Mike and Jubei, they're going to get the work done. Mid lane, it doesn't stop there. Cancel, forced to TP back at home.
Will he deny him?
Oh, Jubei.
He will.
He is going to get the smack deny there from IX Mike, but Z-Freak now shows himself. He's suddenly level 5, the same level as Mike. Gets the cancel to Sal. And we'll go right back.
There's a lot of stuff going on. This game, it's already 10 kills in 4 minutes. You can't watch everything that's going on.
This is more American Dota that we were expecting to see. I mean, last game, you know, I'm not saying those teams were good and these teams are bad, but there is definitely still refinement that these teams are, you know, looking to work through. And it could be definitely very hectic here. They see blood and they go for it, man.
It reminds me of an old Russian-style Dota. Like, try to get as many kills as possible. Just go whenever you see someone.
It's pretty divide. Oh, see freaking Mike now. Battling it out within a battle cage that Mike put down himself. He'll win that battle. Below, they're going to go for Moon, too. Stormhammer into the Lesh stun. Moo is going to try to survive this kitty cat ward.
There's a huge heal coming.
Yeah, it does its job. Enough for Swindle to step in. Mid lane.
Mid lane.
What is happening?
What is going on?
Tomato moves in. He gets the kill, earning him a 4-kill streak, and then it gets handed back over to Cancel. They're just going at each other's throats in this one.
Okay, let's make a deal. I'll watch the top lane and mid. You watch mid and bottom.
Fair enough, fair enough. Bottom looks like something's breaking out. Another stun combination here. Swindle has his work cut out for him in this lane, continuing to have to move in to be that paramedic. Healing up Moo, but now Moo has ran into Jubei. Even the Queen of Pain getting involved in this one. Hi, how's it going? But doesn't really need to commit too much. Jubei will be able to pick up that kill. Another takedown onto Moo. This game now 4-10.
Yeah, meanwhile, Shadowfiend struggling to get even level 5. He's level 4 still at 6 minutes. Doesn't even have boots, only bottle and raid band.
Very difficult here. As
yeah, look at Sven's build. He went for the ordinary build, let's call it. It's maxing the cleave, but I like what he is doing. I never liked the rules. He needs to adapt, so he went for maxing Stormhammer.
That's BSJ Lord.
Yeah, that's banana right there.
Yeah, he plays by his own rules here, his own meta.
Ike's Mike.
Yep. Fakes from the hook. Yo, got him.
You can't juke Ike's Mike.
Oh yeah, he's got it done. Mike will take full advantage of that situation and be happy to take down the Freak and gets himself right back into the lane here. Mike now getting close to level 8 at this point.
Shadowfiend, meanwhile, abandoned mid lane, just jungling, Dazzle, getting some XP, almost being the same level as Shadowfiend.
Yeah, he's had that bottom pull camps to work with just between himself and Moo, but obviously this is going to warrant some serious lane changes coming out from compLexity. Melons will get his finish here in the mid lane, but Z-Freak now has to depart from the top lane. Monkeys will go back up there to face Mike in a matchup where, you know, could be Mike favored. Actually, I see Mike up here looking to possibly swing in from behind, but as I say that, mid lane, Tomato, the ferocious one, man, still committing in deep. 6 seconds.
He's playing so aggressively.
Yeah, he's got to calm down, man. But he will be able to make it out, knowing the limitations on how much really compLexity should be able to chase him.
Titties, Tomato. It's 15 kills for 8 minutes.
And it's going to be Monkeys piecing out from that top lane.
Nice rune, nice rune at bottom for Queen of Pain. Best rune we can get, Arcane one.
We'll have to see if he goes down for it. Yeah, it looks like Cancel's going to be there to grab it instead. Bottom lane, they made their move in for Z-Freak. And just so much lockdown here from Freedom. But Eagle finds himself now in the bad end of an Omni, but then is able to still stick it out and stick it right back to Moo and take him down. Wonderful turnaround there for Freedom. Eagle, you know, the level 7 support Lesh. And he went all in on that Edict, too. It was very deceptive amount of work. It's second time that we've been able to see a take it apart move.
After Jug ult finished, he just died to ulti and Edict.
Yeah, Pipe, I imagine, is going to be on the docket here.
Oh,
probably
nice
for
move
Underlord.
from
But Mike, yeah, he pops out from the rafters. Going in for
Grave.
Z-Freak, but the
Is
Grave
it gonna
is
be
there.
enough?
Oh, raises on through. They're going to just annihilate Jubei. He gets taken apart. Tomato tried to go for the snipe, but didn't get it.
Oh, that's a huge waste. With Queen of Pain ulti like that.
That's cooldown. A long one, 2 minutes before he'll be able to put that Sonic Wave to use again. Oh, look at Eagle here in the bottom lane.
Look at Eagle.
He was trying to
fancy stuff.
Trying to snipe down the tier 1, hiding within the trees. Monkeys gets what's going on and tries to get him out from the woodwork here, but that is a cheeky little play that Freedom are going to be happy to take advantage of.
Yeah. Banana went with the flow, maxing Storm Hammer on Sven, having that arcane aura. He can afford it.
Oh, goodness. Quick
Look at the
stun.
damage.
So fast. Melons can't do anything about it here. Look like his Grave was on cooldown. He is able to get the heal bomb off and get some damage done to Eagle. Takes him down. Still trying to hold on to this tower. Now going to get surrounded between Jubei and BSJ. There's the frostbite. There's the stun. But you're right. He has that Grave. He turns it back onto BSJ. Slows him down with the poison. And then his brother's going to pick up the pieces maybe. No, they don't want to pursue.
Look at the Dazzle meanwhile. He's level 8 at 10 minutes. He's 2-0-4. Deep down inside, when you're playing a hero like that, you just love when your hero dies on a lane. So you just get something in return. There's a lot of killing. And he's being level 8 now.
That's
level 2 Grave.
Happy to get level 6 at level 10.
Yeah.
This is great. Definitely need to be handing the tomes off elsewhere, it would appear for now. But Freedom are also back here with some extra assistance. They are here for what looks like a tier 1. Mike is also in the neighborhood.
This is the Helm of the Dominator build game. It seems like we're going to see at least 3 for now.
Uh-oh, Tomato moves in, trying to get the jump onto Cancel. Cancel turns it around with a couple of raises, and Tomato will have to bottle up a bit. Now they go in. Mike gets the connection with the hook shot, trying to lock down Swindle, prevent him from getting off a Grave. They will get the finish. Dazzle's going to get dropped. Cancel will be able to make it away. All right, good gank from Freedom.
It's a 2 kills per minute so far. Average.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
NA Dota right there.
Yeah, man. Definitely not as slow paced as our previous series. This one, a lot more cutthroat. The heroes kind of read that, though, too. I mean, this is kind of what you expect when you see this spread.
Oh, this is good. When you're using Shrine for 3 heroes, it feels so good.
Time to get that tier 1 bottom lane, I imagine, if you're Freedom. Let's get down there and get it done.
Look at Sven, meanwhile. Helm of the Dominator plus Ring of Basilius plus Arcane Aura. What is he building with that Basilius?
Let's see. I don't know. Vlad's, I guess?
Wow.
Yeah, in addition to a helm, I don't know. Maybe he's holding on to old times here. Trusty Bassi, I guess, for now. But one he may end up taking apart, throwing away, selling, giving to a pawn shop. I don't think he'll be holding on to it end game. Just loves armor.
There's something running to him. No, nothing. That's Ike's Mike's.
Yeah, the party's bottom lane.
His blade mail.
The party is bottom lane.
He got
here.
it.
A blade mail early. That could be pretty much insta-kill for anyone that Mike's able to get the jump on.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocket.
Plus you can't focus him.
They're trying to hide like on the side here out of a Rocket's view. And they're going to be able to slow this wave down. It looks like Freedom are just going coast to coast here, all the way up towards the top lane. They smoked up, and they're just going to see if they can maybe swing in from behind and get a hold of Moo's Jug. Or anyone else kind of lollygagging around here. And it's Swindle.
They found Dazzle.
Hello. Right into a battery assault. He actually manages to get the Grave off. He's like, I'll just dish everything I can before I'm dead. But that is IX Mike now dominating on his Clockwork. Bottom
Meanwhile,
lane.
on the bottom lane,
Yeah,
they're going on
Banana.
a Swen.
All alone. Caught in a root. There goes the Poison Nova. This man.
Deny.
Hit him, Mike. Hit him. Hit that guy.
Hit him.
Oh, he's not able to get the deny. Zefric will take that kill. And Mike will have to try to shrug this off. Omni right into the wave. Mike pops the Blade Mail. Frantic
Nice
to make
hook.
it out. He gets a good little hook to jump to his brother Jubei to make it away, but then he runs into trouble himself. Raises come out, and they stop him from being able to make the escape. Back to the tier 1 they go. Up and up for compLexity here, and a good sweep through this bottom lane. All while compLexity made that long rotation towards the top, really. Not able to get anything from it, not this much, but one swindle kill.
It seems like this is the Dota trying to get as many kills as possible. They don't go for objectives. If you see, the tier 1 tower just went down, and only tier 1 mid tower is missing, and that's it. Considering there's 25 kills and only 2 tower kills, you know something is wrong.
Just lots of breakouts and skirmishes here, and it doesn't really stop. Monkeys is gonna dish out the Dark Rift because Tomato's here to kind of mess with him, and there'll be nothing of it here. Tomato now looking to build up into the Yules after already completing out his Veil, and looking to continue to be like a snowball factor here. 4-1-0, highest net worth in the game.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
good pickup by him. The Yule Scepter can
Radiant's
lift the
bottom tower
Dazzle
has
in the
fallen.
team fights, so he can't use the Grave, can save himself, can remove some Venos stuff, I guess. Not sure what he can remove, probably just the Gale, and that's it. And can dodge Jug's ult.
He might need to dodge a gank here.
Radiant's bottom tower
Trouble's
is under
coming.
attack.
Is he ready?
Radiant
Here comes the
structures
Purge creep.
are fortified.
Got him. Purges him down a bit. All this happens, there is an advancement coming through this bottom lane here. This freaking Purge creep, though. Doing a number. Moose steps in, and that's the second that Tomato says, I'm out of here.
Radiant's bottom
Blinks back
tower
out from
is
trouble.
under
We
attack.
touch base with the bottom lane push. That's breaking out. And it's looking pretty nice there for Freedom. And they'll be able to get the finish on that one. Looks like Moose still wanted to kind of move forward on Tomato. Obviously not the easiest target to kind of just jump on in with an Omni Slash. But here they will pop the smoke. Just Moo and Swindle. Not the most common ganking duo, but maybe they're going to look to wrap all the way down towards this mid lane, it seems. Eagles here could run right back into trouble, will run right back into trouble, runs into the creep, who's going to purge him up, set it up for the Omni Slash, and it's one and
Not
done.
sure Omni Slash was needed there, but alright. A little
He
bit
was
of
ready.
overkill.
He was ready to use it. Good root, stun follow-up from Monkeys, perma-locking in Banana a bit. BSJ will be able to avoid any further trouble and just takes his business to the bottom lane because here comes compLexity. They want a tier 1 mid.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Shadowfin just went for a Dragonlance and wants a straight BKB after that for all that magical damage
Radiant's top
that
tower is
Team
under
Freedom
attack.
has. Meanwhile, they're pushing mid. I just want to see Venomancer. Venomancer level 10 talent treat plus 20% XP gain.
Radiant's top
Yeah, he's getting up there in the levels. So poor little Crystal Maiden going to be unwelcomed by a Pit of Malice setup right there from Monkeys, and she's going to be handled. This tier 2 not set for this world, also going to be taken apart.
has fallen.
Freedom trying to make their own trade happen here. Tier 2 in the top lane, but Cole are beginning to move inside the base here and begin to go to work. Mike tries his best to help out, pops with a rocket, but he is a Clockwork at the end of the day. Might be able to lock them all into one place, but you know, you're hoping for Wombo combo factor. Lock it up with a Sonic Wave,
Bottom tower.
maybe even a freezing field.
Dire's middle
Here,
tower
3 towers
gotta do
down,
something.
and they're continuing to beat the Raxus.
Yeah, bottom lane,
With
I mean,
Shadowfiend.
BSJ's inside the base, but it looks like Cole are going to get the racks
Dark
they
Rift was
want
used.
and just rip the hell out of there. You can't stop them. They're gone. They're back inside. They're in the base. BSJ's piecing out that moment too, and it's going to be a split here. A tier 3 and a racks for compLexity, costing them only that tier 3 here in the bottom lane.
Spitlord is so farmed. It seems like everyone is so farmed. Shadowfiend decided to go for Hurricane Pike instead of BKB because of the Clockwork. Classic anti-build against Clockwork, especially if he has a Dragonlance first, so he can just push people out of the cogs. and the people in general who are getting focused. Like, you get a Sven stun, you try to push him out of the fight, out of the focus. Smoke coming out from Cole.
Let's
Really
see what they
weird
can get
build.
with it here. Mid
Yeah,
lane.
weird
they
build on Sven though. Really weird. Ring of Basilius into Sangi and Yasha. I don't think that's the build you want to go for.
It's a BSJ special, I suppose. Cole or Smoked. They're hanging out the front door of Roche here, but
Yeah, special. You call it special. Like, there's always a special kid in class as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe it's not working, but you can still call it special.
Yeah. Banana's a very special player, and here at least trying to make it count with his Sven, but his team and himself not really going to be able to do much about Cole's Roche push. They are going to try to take it inside the base, though. They have 2 lanes coming indoors right now. Cancel's going to get on one side to be able to fend off Tomato. Tomato's still hanging around, though. He might need to find a way out of here soon. Uh-oh. Goes in, goes for
He's
the
got
TP. He's fine.
Nothing to stop him.
Yules will be coming up next. I was just going to say, it would be handy to have a Yules on your Venomancer, but he's already ahead of the game. And looks like it could be next up in queue for him. Bottom lane, hook in from Mike. It's only onto the creep wave. The stun comes out from the Centaur, but eventually Tomato and Eagle will show themselves, and that will be just too much for Monkeys to handle. And he's going to be put into the grave for 40 seconds without a buyback. Freedom now, making their advancement, looks like down here in the bottom lane. We'll have to see if compLexity can defend it.
All is confused.
They need Venomancer to plant some wards to stop the push until Pit Lord comes, but they just want to back. They know they can't do it. Maelstrom picked on the Queen of Pain.
Okay. Suppose for farming purposes, is it for the purposes of being able to de-push faster, to push faster, to you know, start building into being a right clicker?
It clears the wave faster. He has Yule Scepter, which is his defensive item, so he can go in, Yule's himself if he's in trouble, blink out again. But I still think there's a better item choices.
Okay, BSJ
Aghanim
pops
Scepter.
his God Strength, looks to go in for the tower, and then quickly runs right back out here. Monkeys is walking towards him a bit as compLexity are smoked, hanging by his side. They're not really finding the opening yet. And it looks like Freedom are going to be able to make it away. All right. Not looking to get caught out from any weird angles here. You may not know it, but compLexity notoriously known for their infamous smoke wraparound plays.
Yule, will he catch him? Does he have a range? He's gonna have it right now. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Just raise, but it's
done
gonna
for
be
sure.
enough.
Yeah. Can't do much about that. Veil, poison, whole lot of hate. Look at this though, top lane. Eagle's moving in. And he is going to force Mood a Blade Fury out from any trouble. Monkeys here as well, but these guys are just too big and too tanky. Nothing is going to be done about it. I begin to fear a bit for Freedom here. Felt so mighty before, as we saw like Eagle's Lesh able to kind of rip through anybody, but as time goes on, compLexity's farm builds up, they get better items, and I don't know. It doesn't feel like Freedom is as intimidating as they were before.
Yeah, Freedom leads in kills, but they're actually so far behind. They don't have the mid Rex, the melee one. The range Rex has 100 HP. They get a lot less gold from farming those super creeps on mid.
This'll come in handy.
So as the game drags, it's gonna be tougher for them. And the item builds don't go into their favor as well. If you look at the Lash build, has a Blink Dagger. Sven doesn't even want to get a Blink Dagger. Has Sangi and Yasha.
He has Mike's Force Staff. I guess that's enough for Sven.
He will force stamp him in the cogs, catch 3, just cleave the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
With a Sonic Wave, of course, can't forget that.
On top of that, yeah, and Crystal Maiden ulti, of course.
Yeah. The Wombo factor. Yeah, it's kind of there for Freedom. We'll give it that. But then you compare things over to compLexity side. What do we got over here? Cancel looking to build up for his BKB. We might not even see too much from compLexity till that is actually done. And obviously when Monkeys is able to finish out his... Oh, he's going straight for the pipe? Okay. Yep, obviously pipe is wonderful to have. But
You mentioned that before.
yeah. So that is just going to be... I mean, you could say that Freedom also are going to need a pipe too, though. I don't know if that's going to be Mike's duty here. It looks like Mike's going to go for an Ags, just more hook shots. But
I mean, they don't have a pipe hero carrier.
yeah, I mean, maybe instead of the Ags you can get it on a Clockwork, but...
You can get one, definitely, and it's always good to have it against Venomancer. But if this game goes bad for Team Freedom, like one team fight near their base, compLexity can just end the game there. With all that heal, they can just regroup.
Yeah.
Having a lot of damage on Shadow Fiend, Underlord, they can just beat the towers.
Lots of sustain for him. Looks like Z-Freak may have been caught a little far from home. He will be able to get off a lot of damage before he goes down, though. Poison Nova.
Couldn't get the grave.
Eagle, nice
double
raise! He snipes down two of them who had been poisoned up and damaged so badly from Z-Freak, and it doesn't stop there. The repercussions from that gank continue to live on as they're also going to get Tomato down. And then on the other side, Cancel, latched up from Mike. Mike's going to have to let him go and pull off if possible here. And that's just one of the things, man, that make Venom such a pain in the ass to deal with. You gank him, but, you know, more often than not, especially at this point in the game,
you shoot yourself in the knee.
Yeah, you shoot yourself in the leg, the knee. It takes so much work to bring him down. You're using all your spells, and then he usually gets his ultimate off, and by the time it's over, you are weak and wounded. An easy target for anyone from compLexity to clean you up just like that. So Z-Freak smiling from the grave. And we're already seeing the return of power coming here from compLexity after withering through what was a bit of a difficult laning phase.
You need some kind of item with Sven so you can position yourself, whatever. Buy a Shadow Blade, buy a Blink Dagger. You can't just fight like this.
Full hook off the mark there from Mike. Cole don't seem to be rushing off from him. They shove BSJ forward. Oh, and he gets hit with a stomp right away, and now he's going to just get right-click down. He tries to fight anyways. He pops his God Strength, but it's going to be doing no real work to Monkeys. Freedom just desperate to make a fight happen there.
Will he make the get the Yule Scepter on?
Shoving their initiator forward, and yeah, Cole now. He's not going to get the grab on anybody with the Yules, but Cole are just happy. The BSJ Sven is just a non-factor right now. They put him out for good, and now will continue their push and hurrah down this bottom lane with 25 seconds. Otherwise, going to be forced to buy back. It's not looking so good here for Freedom. Jube, a victim here, rooted up right now, able to kind of just walk his way out from any further trouble, but compLexity are just hitting it where it counts, and that's on the tier 3. This tier 3 going to be going down. Araxis could be going down next. A commitment in from Cancel, gets bumped back from Mike, but they just go right back to keeping their eyes on the prize while this happens. It is Tomato trying to make a push, but it might be another unfavorable one as the chaos continues here. compLexity get down the route. A freezing field was attempted, but then quickly dissolved. Jump into Tomato. Sonic Wave is going to be out there, but almost dies himself. BSJ back from the dead, moving in, but you can't break anyone from compLexity. They are just too big and too bad. Too much heal power coming out from the Dazzle, coming out from the Underlord. And this one looks like it's over. The Jug, as well. Yeah, there's just too much heal.
Charge, that's how you push.
Too powerful right now. Freedom probably already beginning to look ahead in game number 2, but it was a good start for him. compLexity utilized this formidable draft and make it work in the later game. It's not even later game, it's just 25. It's like the second that this draft would peak, it peaked, and they just won with it.
Well, at least they stole a Leshrac from compLexity.
That's true. I mean, come on. The Eagle Lesh had a pretty good start.
Yeah,
they were punishing Moo in that lane for a while, but I don't know. What was it? Was it like Freedom were on the up and up, and then they didn't use their advantage? Maybe their draft wasn't ready. You know, I know you were being a bit suspect of some of the ways they itemized. BSJ finishes 0-5 on the Sven. That's a tough pill to swallow. But it was such a good start for Freedom, and then things just kind of, you know, turned for the worse.
Yeah, it looked good for Freedom in terms of hero kills and them getting some early items on, taking that tier 1 tower bottom. But if you look at the big picture, you can see that they can't do anything through the mid game just by seeing their heroes, their item builds, and when complexity gathers as 5, there's really nothing you can do about it. They don't have that amount of damage output that they can actually kill anyone. Even if they do, there's a grave.
Yeah.
But they just regroup, heal up, healing ward, dazzle heal, mech. Underlord didn't even bring his pipe for like 3-4 minutes. Didn't even need it.
It would have been almost insulting if he was able to kind of have it for the back end of that. It was not looking good. Freedom, this one goes towards complexity. We'll cut to a break now. When we come back, we continue this best of 3, our second and final best of 3 for today. As it's myself, Coddle Guy, again with Lacoste, bringing you the coverage. We'll see you soon for game number 2 of Complexity versus Team Freedom.
See you guys.